Hey guys, Kate here from The Remote Nomad and Wi-Fi Nomads, and today I want to talk to you about networking. Everyone cringes at the idea of networking, no one seems to like it, and the biggest reason is that networking is so misunderstood. So many people approach it in the wrong ways, they don't really understand what it's about, and as a result, they hate it and it feels like it's coming off as salesy, so to say. The biggest thing, I just met with someone the other day that I had connected with online. We had mutual friends, and it was an opportunity to network. The big thing that people need to realize with networking is that you don't do it when you need something, when you're looking for a job. This should be an ongoing thing. So the most important thing to realize is that networking should always be ongoing. Another way to look at it is considering it's not necessarily networking, it's really growing your community. When you can look at it in the sense of, oh, I'm connecting with like-minded people, I'm growing my community, it becomes a lot easier than networking. Networking feels like it's very, the word kind of seems like it's very selfish, self-serving. So it's really important to remember that it's really about building your community. The next thing is that this is the biggest thing. So many people, once they're desperate for a job or they need a client, that's when they start going out and networking. And then of course you can imagine if you're desperate for work and a client, you're not really gonna come off the right way to the people you're connecting with. Networking should be a long-term strategy. It's about connecting with like-minded people. It's about growing, connecting with interesting professionals. And when you're entering a networking situation, it shouldn't be that you're trying to grab a client because you're really desperate. It should be about building the relationship. And networking events are just the very first step at building that foundation. Once you go to a networking event, it doesn't end there. It needs to continue with follow-ups, with touching base with that person maybe every few months. Maybe you see something or find something that reminds you of them, and maybe you're sending them something or a message just to follow up. So remember that networking events is really just the foundation of starting that relationship. It's really about growing the relationship. Don't expect any return on that relationship until way down the line. When you can come to networking events simply, as I said again, with the idea of connecting with a like-minded community where you're there to add value, you're not there because you're desperate to get clients, that's when it's going to work in your favor. Then say 6 months down the road, you see Sally that you met at a networking event and she's looking for a writer and you're a writer, then you can connect and you already have that relationship and you're in a better position. So it's important to connect with the right people, network with the right people, and remember that it's really about growing your community. So I think that oftentimes if we can just change our mindset of how we view networking and why we do networking, that helps make the process so much easier. So many of you may not like to hear it, but networking really is a long-term strategy. You cannot expect that reward to pay off right away. And I think that's the biggest weakness of so many people networking, is that so often in our society we want immediate results. We want to know what that return is right away. But it's relationships, it's human, it takes time. It's something that needs to grow and develop. I promise you, in the long run it pays off, but you just have to have that patience, build those relationships, nurture them. Happy networking. I hope this has helped shift your mindset to make networking not seem so scary. Again, it's just really about how we view it, how we're using it, and when we can come from a place of giving value to people and connecting with a like-minded community instead of desperately trying to get our next client, that's when networking can come off a lot more easier. You'll feel a lot more confident, and it just takes away all of the anxieties of networking events. Happy networking. Good luck. I hope this video was helpful. There are so much more to come. Let me know in the comments if this has helped shift your mindset when it comes to networking. Talk to you guys soon.